Hi there, welcome back. I'm working on Four Little Mischiefs still, and I must say I'm getting close to being done. And I'm not sure how much chatter I'll be doing today, but we'll see. I mean, try and stop me from chattering. Yeah, you know. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Catherine. I live in Canada. I'm east of Toronto on the north shore of Lake Ontario in a very pretty little town out here. So yeah, I put in a pocket here. Here, let's do this so you can see that it's a pocket. Oh, what's going on here? I have a snoopy little fluffy dog down there who's being curious about things. Go lie down, sweetheart. Good girl. So I thought we've got to put a little Edith in here. So there's a little nest, and so I just sort of did a word snippet out of the book that says nest and eggs of blackbird. So I think that looks nice right there. It's always nice, I think, to have a pocket close to the front of the book. So something will be going in there. I'm even thinking maybe I have this box of vintage postcards of birdies, so I may find a pretty little. Oh, I like those. Yellow warbler. Oh, okay. You know what? There we go. Decision made. These are from the 1950s. Is the closest I can find for a date for these. When I do research online, and that's close enough for me. It means it's vintage, and I'm vintage, so you know, let's hope this fits. It fits. All right, so you know what, I'm going to write on the back in pencil 1950s 1950s. That way our new owner, if she wishes, she can erase that, or she might get a kick out of knowing that it was from the 1950s. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I added this little tuck spot with the little fairy from the Fairy Bower book. Amelia Jane something. Amelia Jane. We'll find out later. And then, of course, I had been saving this little mushroom. And you never know why you're saving something until the right book comes along. And this little mushroom belonged with this little fairy who's having a nice little ride on on a bumblebee. So let's just put the United by the Brotherhood of Carpenters and Joiners of America in here, because the new owner can journal on the back, and that can be a little hidden journal spot there. Now, what else have I done? You saw this when I added the buttons and a little fabric up there. Haven't done anything there. I'm trying hard not to overdo my input into the book. Added, this was still on the page where the nest was, and you know me, I don't like to waste any cute pictures. So this is a wood mochatel. Anyhow, it's going there. I still have a bit more left to play with. That will get used. If you saw my Instagram picture from yesterday with the mushrooms, I used a little bit in the collage there. I'm loving this tool in the book. I think that adds a little ethereal quality to it. What else have I put in here that's changed? did a little bit of stamping. Another little bit of stamping, just a little acorn. I put in a whale tail tab. This one says, it has a word snippet, says garden and a little bug. And it is from some spare paper that was left over from, I have to find the book because it's going to drive me crazy. There we go. Amelia Jane Murray, the Fairy Bower, Regency Ladies Fairy Bower. When I used the inside page, there was lots of this paper left. So I've been trying to use this paper in the book. So that's what this this whale tail tab is made out of. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to put anything dangling off it. I don't think so. And then there's a little fairy tucked on the back side there. Now I want to find something to do with her. She's from the protective loose leaf cover from the Fairy Bower. So I want to put her in somewhere. And I'm not sure whether to make her a pocket, whether to make her a journaling tab. There's some more of the writing from the Edith. And I had a little fun with some stamping here. A little fun with the fungi. And I think I want it a little bit darker. So why don't we do that right now? And I dropped my brush. There we go. I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing okay. Saw my regular doctor yesterday, and I haven't seen her since my diagnosis, so she came in the room and she said, "Wowie, you've been busy." She's very nice. And she said, "I've got to tell you," she said, "I've got a lot of patients." And she said, "You are the only number 2 who has PBC." So lucky me. She had a student doctor following her around, and he was absolutely fascinated by it all. And so that was interesting. He had all kinds of questions for me. And she said, "I'm going to leave you with him if you don't mind." She said, it's an unusual thing to be able to talk to someone who's got such a rare disease. So I'm rare. Who'd have thought? Made a little Anna peekaboo hole here. And put a little fairy back there, tooting on a morning glory like it's a horn. A little boy fairy. He looks like my grandson, Bobby. Our little Bobby has a mop full of gorgeous, dark, sort of auburny curls. So Bobby's in the book. In the pocket here, I added I changed this. This is the copy side page of an invoice. And it was too long, so I flipped it up to make a pocket out of it. And I decided to cover up the invoice part of it. So this is actually some more leftover paper from that book. I have the 10-year gardening diary that I have. So I thought that leaves some room for journaling on there. And I love when you can use the page number. And then there's a little Kate Greenaway there. And she's got a little bumblebee saying, "Hey, move along." This came in Happy Mail from Joanne, so that leaves some journaling space on the back there, and it's about the tulip tree. So that's going in there for now. I need to find something to put in here because it's also a tuck spot. It's a leaf from Edith, so I just put it down at the bottom there. And so there's lots of journaling space here, and then there'll be journaling space on whatever I decide to put in there as a tuck spot. And a little bit of stamping over here with some mushrooms. What else have I done? See, I've been busy. Here's the other side of that pocket, and I'm trying to decide if I want to put something on there. There's some little children playing in walnuts with, it's either a toad or a frog watching them. Not sure yet. I'm going to think on it. I put the bridal lace up there, and then I did a bit of collaging on this side with a stamp from Malaysia. This was from Happy Mail from Camille. And then a little Victorian little scrap piece there of a letter. A little love letter. It looks like there's a heart on it. So that's sweet. Did I do anything else in here? Oh, here's something we need to do. Let's get this done. If you want, you can put an envelope in the center of a signature. You can see here, here's the threads from where I sewed it in. And what you can do is, when they're soaking, you can always open them up. Once they've been soaking long enough, it releases the glue and you can open them up. But you don't always have to do that. It's really up to the tea dyer. And sometimes when you put them back together again, the glue will reattach itself. But it's very simple to open them up again, just using an X-Acto blade. So what you want to do is you want to open it up so it's flat. And then when it comes time to sew in your signature, you just, whether you use clips or, in my case, I use large paper clips or that. Just make sure that you hold them to either side so that you can get the sewing down the center. I believe in this case, I simply used my really super gentle masking tape that Nancy got for me down at the hobby store, down in the Buffalo area, and that did the trick really nicely. And I just saved those little pieces over there, and because they can be reused, and the more they're reused, as long as they're still sticky, it just makes them even more gentle. So let's just put a little bit of glue here, and this will make for a nice little hidden spot to put some secrets. A little secret note in there. I think I'm going to add some glue up there. There we go. Now with these, see how that sticks up like that? I often like to put a little circle here so that I can tuck it in and out. And that way you don't have to worry about tucking it inside the envelope, and you also don't have to worry about it hanging open like this and getting in the way. So we're going to do that next. But I have someone over here who needs to visit the ladies' room, which also is known as our backyard. So I'm going to go do that, probably have a bite of lunch, and then we will meet back here. It'll seem like a split second to you, but it'll be more like an hour for me. So I'll see you in a moment. I'm back. We've both had lunch. She has visited the ladies' room, also known as the backyard. So, let's make a little circle here to so that this will stay down and closed, and that way if the new owner wants to put a little secret note inside, then it'll stay secret. So hold on, I'm going to get some cardstock. Okay, so I'm going to need a few pieces so that it's just nice and thick and strong. And it needs to fit into this little 1-inch punch. So I'm going to use my 3-in-1. The sun is going in. It's a cloudy day, so I have a feeling it's going to be chilly by the time you know who and I go for our WALK. We usually go around 4 o'clock after all the school children have been picked up, and there's no more recess or anything like that. She's not a big fan of the running around and hollering. I think it's that she'd like to join in, and that's not happening. I think 3 will be enough because there'll be one more that goes on top. So we're just going to leave that be. We won't use this one. All right, now I'd like a fairy. I don't have a lot of fairy things. I'm not usually a fairy kind of person. Toads, frogs, mushrooms, absolutely. Fortunately, this little book has oodles of really pretty little fairies. Look at these. This is just a marvelous book, and although I'm not usually one for brand new, this one I highly, highly recommend. Oh, look at that little one sitting on a toadstool. I think I like this one. Now I'm going to do my little trick. My 3-in-1 is at that point where it's just making a mess. When it gets low enough, it just makes a mess. The weight, I think, doesn't pull it down. I want that one, but I want the white to be a little bit aged. So I'm just going to use a little bit of our handy dandy ink. And here's this. Let's use this little fairy and put her on there. She's got little pink wings. Is that showing up? So I think that will look cute with the little pink, the envelope. And as I mentioned before, that pink is achieved using avocados, which just boggles my mind. All right, so I'm one of those people, the cover just drives me nuts. On the other hand, I probably made this too small because I need to be able to hold it in order to keep it in where I want it to be. See what I mean? See what I did to myself? Oh, we will find a way because we are adaptable, right? Did I make you too thick? We can do it. I'm not giving up. There we go. If I have to, I'll go down there. We can do it. You know what? This is too wide and I can't get it in far enough. This will do it. I promise you. There we go. See? We did it. We did it. We did it. Yes. There we go. Okay. Oh, did I make it too thick? Rats, I made it too thick. All right, you know what? Let's peel one off. It's not too late. We can do it. Because that's going to get glued down anyhow. Shall we try again? Again, we're adaptable. We can do this. Don't tell me. Ah, we did it. We did it. Yay! Alrighty. So there's our little fairy. Now, we've still got, do you see how the edge is showing? We don't like that. And that's when we use our ink and go around the edge and make it nice and dark and aged looking. Faux ephemera. Beautiful. Okay, we did it. I knew we could do it. Now, here's how we do this. So we want her upright. Let's see if I can come down a little closer so you can see what I'm doing. So we want her upright like this. And so it means that I need to put the glue just along here. And that way this can come in and out. Do you see what I mean? So we want it from about 12 o'clock to about 6 o'clock. There. And here's where I think, because this is still leftover 3-in-1, I'm going to go with 3-in-1 again. I'm just concerned that if I use, normally I would go to my art glitter glue, paper on paper, art glitter glue all the way. But because there's still some residue of the 3-in-1, I'm going to stick with the 3-in-1. Just to be safe. So we're just going to do like a little smiley face there. I'm going to, I don't want it to splurt out. So I'm going to take a little bit of this off. Now I want Where's a piece of paper that I can wipe this on? Because you know me, I'll get it everywhere. There. All right, so we're going to put this here, like that. And then we're going to take this out just in case any of the glue has squeezed. I don't think so, because we did the little wipey thing with the little silicone makeup brush. If you're wondering what these are, if you're new here and you're thinking, what is she using? These are fantastic for a multitude of reasons. Make Jeff Bezos a little richer, and just order some on Amazon, or if your dollar store has them, by all means, give your money to your dollar store instead of Jeff. Trust me, I don't like making another payment on any of his swimming pools that are on his yachts. All right, so that, oh, she's just sweet. Look at that. So now that will stay closed, but it's not permanent, so we can open and close it as we please, and put our little secret notes inside. Now let's go back out a bit. There we go. Now I made this, so I want to show it to you. I also made this. It's just a rusty paper clip. I've got it on 2 pages. Oh, 3 pages. That's not good. We just want it on 2. There we go. Okay. I made this the other day. And this came from Nancy. So a little bit of Nancy is going along with the Mischiefs. And so I made this, of course, from chapter 1. As I mentioned, the papers for this book are so old and mushy, they can't be used on their own. They have to be attached to something. So I've attached them to some tea-dyed paper, and that way this can be journaled on in the back. Let's just finish this up. I'm just going to push down the sewing. And then what I did was Nancy sent me a whole bunch of froggy things. And she can't fool me, though. I know she was cleaning out that room, and I was a good excuse to clean out froggy things. But you know what? I'm happy to help her. If it's for a good cause, cleaning a room, I'm there. So anyhow, we made this tag of 4 Little Mischiefs, Chapter 1, Mumps or Dumps. I don't think children get mumps anymore, do they? I think there's a vaccine now for mumps. I had the mumps. I remember having the mumps. I remember they didn't bother me in the least. It just bugged me that I had to stay in the house. But I had the mumps. So, and then I made this little lady, and I put some more of my favorite tea-dyed paper from the gardening journal, the 10-year gardening journal. So that's been tea-dyed, and that can be journaled on the back, and then all the little frogs from the frog book that Nancy sent. So I like how that turned out, and I think the colors of the frogs look nice against this straw paper that came in Happy Mail. Oh wait, I was going to do this. Hold on. I need some I'm just going to, let me move this up a bit. There we go. I'm just going to give it a little bit of ink here, just a little bit more character. This lace wasn't tea-dyed, it was white. And I didn't want to go downstairs, make some tea, soak it in the tea, wait, you know. So this is what you can do with good old ink, is just sometimes some fabrics don't mind a little bit of extra ink. Now I feel like I'm wondering if a stamp or a stencil. I thought I had a mushroom stamp, but I couldn't find it there. Yeah, we'll just do a little acorn down in the corner. Because this is Distress ink, it's not a very strong ink, so I don't have to worry about it over blopping. I'm sorry if I'm out of... There we go. How's that? There. Just a little pine cone. Honestly thought I had a mushroom. Maybe it's... No, leaf and an acorn. Oh well. All right, let's put this back. We're so close to being done with this little book. And I will do a flip through. But as I said, this is one of those rare times. This is actually going to someone ahead of time. So it won't be going into my Etsy shop. This is going so that I can get some really cool mugs. I'm so excited about my mugs. I will show you my mugs when my mugs arrive. And then you'll say, oh, I get it. I can see why you had to have those mugs. All right, so let's stick that up there. I think I'm still on... Come on, in we go. Thank you. I think I'm still on track for 24 pages per signature. So it's still going to be a nice size book. Did I do anything else that I didn't show you? I did this little collage here with the little field mouse and some flowers. This little, I'm going to have to put, maybe this is the last thing we'll do together before I finish up. This is an old book from 1901 on mushrooms. But the back of the plates, there's a few color plates, and they're blank. So that means they can be journaled on. So I'm just going to leave them as they are. But I'm going to just use a ruler rather than my cutting board or scissors, so that it's a nice, just a soft edge. And then I will do my good old handy dandy ink. And that can go in there. There we go. All right. Maybe maybe I'll put him somewhere else in the book. So let's just make sure those ends are flat, and let's just go around the edge a little bit. And then I think I need to step away from the book so that the new owner can do what they wish with the book. I've got to leave it alone. Alrighty. Yeah, that's nice. It's got a nice feel to it for writing on. Look at those cute little mushrooms. Mycena hematopoda. I'm not sure. So, oh, let's cover this up because you know me. I'll get stuff in it. So let's put you in there. And maybe while we're at it, we've got a few more minutes, right? Oh, I put this in here. Nancy sent this little, it looks like maybe a tea party or even a martini party. And there's a toad and two little mice, and they're having a lovely time together. And they're having a lovely little beverage. And so I made it a pocket and put this in there. This is the Kindern series from London. I don't know what it's from. It's old. It's out of Happy Meal, so I've tucked it in there. It just is what it is. Sometimes that's the way it works. Maybe that leaf. Remember that leaf I put in? I'm going to have to figure this one out off screen. I put a leaf in here. An Edith leaf. There it is. Okay. We'll put this one in the Edith leaf. I'm turning it over just to get a little... Nope, that's not working. All right, let's use this one because then I can see through it. My Nancy sent me this too. She spoils me. All right, I'm going to hold it down so it doesn't try and sneak out. There. Okay, that's good. So it's still rough looking, but not too rough. I'm going to bring it in a bit. Oh, I should write the date on these. 1901. Maybe on the backs. There. That way our new owner will know how old these papers are. There. All right, so that's not my fault. When it's 1901, stuff gets on things. 1901. Actually, it might be my fault. It looks like it might be some ink. Oh well, stuff gets on things. The rule still applies. There, that didn't take long. And that makes for a nice little journaling spot with mushrooms. Who wouldn't want that? Nothing like a tasty mushroom, as long as it's not poisonous. All right, lid on. Ruler safely away so I don't lose it. Mushrooms into the leaf. There. Oh, I love it. That looks really nice. Now let's go back and find the other one so that I can write 1901 on it. And then we'll just end here. I hope you are well in these troubled times. And if you have loved ones that you're worried about, I hope they are safe and returned home soon. That's it for now. I'm going to continue working because I have an hour and a half before it's time for our WALK. And the little bear is snoozing over here, and I'm not about to poke the little bear. When she's snoozing, let her snooze. But I am going to find somewhere to put this last little piece of mull that came from the original spine. We'll put it somewhere and it'll look cool. Have a great rest of your day, and I hope you have a good weekend. Hope the weather's nice wherever you are. It's cool and overcast here, and I love it. Makes for great sleeping. Take care. I'll talk soon. Bye.